Okay. It's KTT episode 2. It's Drift. It's Xero. Links will be in the description for our socials. And let's go. Let's get it. What are we talking about today, man?
Wagwan man them. All right. So want to start off today with Boruto.
Okay. Talk to me. What we doing?
Yep. You all caught up?
Somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat. I've seen the recent chapter. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the recent chapter. I have some thoughts myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'll let you take the lead.
All right. So, I mean, I don't know where to begin with this one. I don't know if I want to jump in straight into just anointing Boruto as the goated one.
Okay.
You understand? We want to jump in straight in with that, or do we want to, kind of look at some of the other information that was given throughout the chapter?
Okay.
Like Big Shika.
So what are you thinking?
Big Shika,
yeah?
Big Shika.
Man, like Big Shiki.
I have to put some respect on the man's name.
Say less. Okay, what we did?
Yeah, because boy, when we come back, I hear that Shikamaru was the 8th Hokage.
Yeah.
I was not impressed. I
feel like you and a lot of people as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start reserving judgment on a lot of things nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because Shikamaru just talks like, just let the boat land. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let the boat land.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, when we come back, I wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have he definitely has the intellect for Hokage.
Mm-hmm.
But with the hands and the jutsu, I feel like you're lacking. You know what I'm saying? And especially in terms of like what's to come. We're talking code, we're talking clograms,
We're talking
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you pair that with like the first chapter where you see like the ruined Konoha.
Yeah.
You understand? So by that point, if Naruto's still trapped, that happened on the Shikamaru's watch.
Okay, interesting.
You understand?
Okay.
So that's why I wasn't really feeling Big Shika initially, boy. But between last chapter, chapter 5, and then the recent chapter 6, the chess play that man's made, you know what I'm saying? I had to fully appreciate that.
I remember saying, I was like, if there's somebody I feel like is gonna clock on to what's going on with omnipotence, it's my guy Shikamaru. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, yes, he was affected like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But I always held out hope because of his intelligence, and it's always been spoken about, that my guy Shikamaru wasn't going to let the team down, do you know what I'm saying? But please continue.
Yeah, no. So, him actually figuring out Wagwan based on Amado's, little slip there. Because obviously, if they have to be watching him on camera, this has never been brought to their attention. So he's not confident and saying like, Kawaki's the Hokage's son. He's got like ninja tool enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one that did it, but I have no idea when. So clearly that's never been a discussion that's been had at any point. You know what I'm saying? He's clocked onto it, but he hasn't raised it with Shikamaru and the village yet. So, it could be that Shikamaru's already been working behind the scenes because of discrepancies, like he's noticed himself.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can call this a retcon, exactly. But after Ada's Shinjutsu activate, then the whole world just kind of like flipped on its head.
Yeah.
All right. The burning question in my mind was like, yo, when you look at a photograph, like, what do you see? What do you see, bro? Like, you got like.
But that's IRL though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I've
always
said.
But they answered
IRL.
that.
Yeah,
they answered that.
Right, yeah,
you understand? So I was like, that's a question I had going into it with regard to like, just like, there's things that can that happen or happened before Kawaki was on screen. You understand? Before Kawaki was introduced.
Yeah.
Things only Boruto would know. So if any of that was to get raised, if you was to quiz Kawaki and any of that, there's no way you could understand. You could answer. You understand?
True, but I think the implication has been when omnipotence goes off, nobody would think to quiz Kawaki about these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that, like, nothing about Kawaki would stand out to you after omnipotence goes active and you're under the effect of it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why it bypasses the whole picture aspect of it. You feel me? So that's why, like, don't get me wrong, I've also. It was one of the first things that I sat there and I kind of wondered what Wagwan for as well, because I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, omnipotence is a thing. Wagwan for my English. Omnipotence is a thing, yeah? But within that, are you trying to tell me that people's eyes just don't work? You feel me? Are you trying to tell me that people just can't look at the fact that, okay, cool, the 7th has blonde hair, blue eyes, and the person you're telling me killed him has blonde hair and blue eyes and like the same markings on his cheeks, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was my first thought when like this went up. I was like, nobody's gonna piece that together when they look at pictures or whatnot. But then as more time went on and more came out about omnipotence, yeah, it did start to dawn on me that I was like, okay, cool, it overrides like your memory effectively. Do you know what I'm saying? And if something overrides your memory, nothing about what you're seeing would make you think, wagwan here.
You don't doubt your memory.
You don't doubt your memory.
You don't doubt your memory.
You wouldn't. Why would you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I had to get past the aspect of, okay, cool, wagwan for when you man see Boruto in a picture. You get me? Like, how can you man not put the 2 and 2 together? But then I understood the scope of omnipotence. You get me? So that's my thoughts on that. But no, yeah, you were saying, sorry, I kind of went off there.
Nah. But yeah, returning back to Big Sheikah now, right? So him.
Yeah. So how you feeling about Big Sheikah?
Yeah. So him coming back now and like, you know, showing that he, you know, like, what I'm looking for, having a discussion with Boruto. You understand? Like, yo, aren't you actually like Naruto's son?
When they were having the discussion,
right? So this is when Boruto's left. Now,
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's flying off. He's asking him like, aren't you actually Boruto Uzumaki and all that kind of stuff? So that's setting up that him and well, to be fair, I'd have to kind of look into the range of that whole mental connection thing. You know what I'm saying? Now Boruto can probably sneak up into the village and you know, Shikamaru picks him up and then they have a little dialogue there and he leaves again.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But I'm certain Kawaki's gonna be on guard for that. But it sets up that, you know, Shikamaru and Boruto can be working together in the future, and you know, we might not even know.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? We don't know. Like, plans could be hatched and then like they just go off and nothing gets said, nothing get done, and then like chapters down the line, you find out that it was actually like, oh, Shikamaru's plan. You understand? He figured out that this would happen. You understand? Like all that kind of stuff. So it, yeah, sets for a lot of good shit there.
one of my thoughts, yeah, like one of my thoughts on it was this, yeah. What do you like? Do you not think it's a big risk to take on Shikamaru's part? Like, you don't think it's a crazy risk to take on his part to telepathically be talking to who the world perceives to be the one that they killed, that killed the 7th?
True.
Like, even if you have your doubts, you get me, in the face of what would seem to be overwhelming evidence because of omnipotence. You know what I'm saying? You don't think it's a risky ass move to take?
It is, but here's where I'm gonna shoot Sheikah some bail. Naruto's best friend, Sasuke, was the first one to take off with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's to have Naruto's best interest at heart, it's gonna be Sasuke. And he was the first one to take off with Boruto. So if it ever comes to that Shikamaru was working with him.
But truth be told though, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget, yeah, the only reason Sasuke ran off with Boruto is because of Sarada. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand the point you're making. Like, I understand the point you're making. You feel me? But, like, even he, had Sarada not been there, would have likely fallen underneath omnipotence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like...
He did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He did.
He's still down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still... I mean, even a year into training Boruto, like, man was still somewhat seeming like, I'm only really doing this for Sarada and the battles to come because I know that you and her are going to have some issues coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he did it more so for... I mean, completely for Sarada, yeah? But I understand the point you're making. It's like, Boruto's best friend is in cahoots. Not Boruto, sorry. Naruto. Yeah. Naruto's best friend is in cahoots with the person that the world believes kills Naruto.
Essentially.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The two closest people, because again, Big Sheikah, you understand? Always had Naruto's back. You understand? Always looking out for man and doing the best, you know, making sure that things go smooth for Naruto and all that kind of stuff. So the two people closest to Naruto, Shayase Sakura, Shayase Hinata, both of them have decided to like, yo, back Boruto over Kawaki.
Yeah.
If you have any kind of intelligence, you kind of start scratching your head.
You would start to think, well, I want for that.
Why
you know what I'm
is
saying?
that?
Like, you start to think, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So on that point, I kind of want to segue into the next issue now.
Okay, no, please continue. Yeah, no, go on.
I kind of want to segue into that shit. The walls are kind of now closing in on Kawaki.
Okay, continue.
You understand? Okay. The walls are now closing in on Kawaki, bro. You understand? Because they might even point out like, yo, if these Shinju turn up and start asking questions like, where's Naruto? They can say he's there, but they're gonna just be the Shinju comes like, yeah, no, we can sense he's still alive. Where is he? And you're pissed. You understand? You are absolutely pissed right then and there. You know? So the walls I can't sound to close in on, man, but for some reason I don't trust it.
When you say you don't trust it, what do you mean?
I feel like they're setting us up for another twist.
Another twist of what nature?
Bro, since that Ada shit, you can't predict nothing
No, facts.
in this series.
Facts. If that's the argument you're making there, that's facts. Okay.
We're
okay.
6 chapters in, yeah? So while we've covered a lot of ground, it's still relatively like new.
Okay.
So for Kawaki's whole big lie to be unraveling already, nah, I don't trust it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that Kawaki's whole lie is gonna unravel anytime soon completely. Do you know what I'm saying? Because even now in chapter 6, what we're seeing, right? We're seeing like the seeds of doubt in the people who are like Wagwan. You get me? But those are still only like a handful of individuals against the entire world. You get me? So I don't see his plan unraveling anytime soon. But what's important that was shown in chapter 6 is the fact that, okay, cool, despite omnipotence, it can override memories. You know what I'm saying? But actual memories are actual memories.
The jutsu has a flaw. Every jutsu has a flaw.
Any jutsu has a my dog Itachi done said it, fam. You get me? Any jutsu has a flaw.
Right.
You feel me? And at its core, forgive me, at its core, it is a jutsu. You get me? It's a shinjutsu. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, sorry, I had to burp. Had to burp. At its core, it's still a jutsu. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, for me, I don't see his plan unraveling anytime soon, but it's important to already start to showcase the chinks in the armor that is omnipotence. Do you know what I'm saying? It's important to start to showcase that even though Shinjutsu sits above ninjutsu and all of that,
right?
Even those techniques still have their flaws.
Nothing's 100% perfect.
Nothing is you know what I'm saying? Nothing is 100% perfect.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So that's why I actually really, really like chapter 6.
You like chapter 6?
I really, really like chapter 6 because of what it set up. You get me?
All right.
Aspects of it, at least. You get me? There's no aspect of it I outright dislike, but it does. The questions it raises for me, I'm like, come on, my nigga.
Bro.
Come on, my nigga.
All I needed to see was flying Boruto, and I was gas, bro.
I was like, dog,
hey, I'm simple.
My
like
goat
I don't
can
give
fly
a shit.
now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm simple like that. I don't give a fuck.
My goat can fly now.
Cool.
You feel me? One of the questions, you know what I'm saying? One of the questions that was raised for me immediately, niggas are like, okay, cool. Kawaki got knocked out by Mitsuki. You know what I'm saying? Cool, fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But why? Why do niggas seem to think that Mitsuki having a stage mode and training for 3 years means that he can actually be a credible threat to my dog right now?
I mean, I don't know.
Because I'm like, my nigga.
On that point.
Yeah, go on, land the boat.
On that point.
Because I'm like, huh?
Is it time to put Kawaki on fraud
watch?
What?
On fraud watch?
Is it time to put Kawaki on fraud watch?
Make the case, my dog.
I mean, all right, cool. Listen. We come back, and this nigga's getting slammed to the ground by Claw Grimes. You know what I'm saying? Sarada's moving through them. Boruto's cutting through them. You understand? I think, was it Team 10? Shikamaru. They were having issues, but they were, like, we're not expecting the same from Shikamaru that we're expecting from Kawaki. With
the power set that you have, the skill set that you have.
You understand? The kind of guy, Etsuki, all of that kind of nonsense.
I'm a Notsuki, but I also exist to destroy them.
You
man, all right, man. But yeah, go on.
Right, cool. Anyway, all that nonsense. Right. So you've had that, and now you've had Mitsuki sleeping, man. You understand? Like, now have to like accept the fact that, well, one, it wasn't like it was a 1v1 and Kawaki has guard up. And
I feel like that's a very important point to really make clear. I feel like it's a very, very crucial motherfucking point for niggas to get clear.
You took him down,
slept him. It was a sucker punch.
You understand?
You feel me? You slept him. It was a sucker punch.
Right.
I don't understand why niggas be looking at it like, oh, don't get me wrong, jokes to jokes, you feel me? But I don't understand why niggas be looking at it like Kawaki got dropped, like he got like low diffed by Mitsuki. You get me? I'm like, you were stealth, like you were sucker punched. You feel me? It doesn't really speak to anything, in my opinion. You get me? Apart from maybe Kawaki having like very, very little fucking situational awareness, I guess. You get me? Like, there's very, very little situational awareness.
I mean, it's possible that this brother ain't even been training in the past 3 years.
That's what I'm like.
It's highly possible. Like, he has all these Otsutsuki abilities. Them man don't train, as far as I know. They just eat chakra fruit and get stronger.
Like, them man are just strong.
And he already said that he was on a very similar
Wait,
wavelength to like Jigen, so it's likely that.
I do believe that there was some mention of the fact that their techniques, like their taijutsu, is so nice because it's like something that they do as a species. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just nice with the hands. So I suppose some capacity, like some degree of training must come with. You know what I'm saying? But in the case of Kawaki, there's been no evidence to suggest that the nigga's been training, because in the engagements we've seen you in, nigga, you were slipping and sliding on clawgrams at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like, a clawgram got up behind you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cool. But like I said, one of the things about chapter 6 that really like kind of really kind of confused me was the fact that they were really setting up this engagement between Mitsuki and Boruto like it's gonna be like super like debatable. I'm like, unless I've missed something since the time skip has happened, Mitsuki is a powerful ninja. You know what I'm saying? By non-Otsutsuki standards. But Boruto is a 100% Otsutsuki.
I mean, he has Sage mode, so he's a cut above like most of the Shinobi world already.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, by non-Otsutsuki standards.
But you have to understand that he had access to Sage mode from a very young age.
Okay.
You understand? And he was speed blitzing niggas who was like...
And that's cool. That's
seasoned
fine.
Man them.
That's cool. That's fine. But none of them are Otsutsuki. I feel like it is a very separate discussion. You feel me?
That is
like
true,
I feel like it's a very, very separate discussion. You get me?
True.
But yeah, nah, man. That's my thoughts on chapter 6 right now. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to keep it super like fucking lore heavy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Go read the chapter yourself. Go see some shit with your own eyes. You get me?
Yeah. So basically, chapter 6 just confirmed that Boruto is Boruto, fam.
Boruto, you get me? If you don't like Boruto, I don't know what to tell you. Seriously, I don't. I'm sorry. Especially after like 2 blue vortex drop, I don't know what to tell you, chief. But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Moving swiftly on, unless you have anything else to like add to like Boruto.
No. I mean, just one kind of little thing, one tiny part.
All right, what's up?
And it's the relationship between Ada and Kawaki. That also seems to have like developed any at all.
Yeah, it does seem somewhat stagnant, yeah.
You understand? It's stagnant. And I feel like at this point now, you can see it, and I'm starting to feel bad for this chick. You understand? To be damn bad for a don that doesn't pay no attention to you, and this brother, you treat the one chick looking in your direction like shit.
He treats everyone like shit.
I know.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, don't get me wrong, bro. Oh, he comes from a tragic past and shit, but I'm just like, okay, man. Cool,
yeah,
bro. You know what I'm saying? I suppose I feel like the point you're driving at is like, it would be nice to see some actual fucking development from this man. Post-time skip.
Either that or
post-time skip, post-time skip, there's been no, like, you're just Kawaki, but 3 years later, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're just, like, you act the same, still angsty, still edgy, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you haven't elaborated anymore on your fucking, like your motives, you know what I'm saying? Your perspectives, you know what I'm saying? Why you've gone so far. There's nobody you confide in like that. And you'd think it would be Ada, the chick that fucking gaslit the world for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you think so, right? But no, not. And I feel like that's a very good point as well. Because even in this chapter, it's like, so what the fuck are you even still doing here, Ada? Like, Ada,
bro, you can see it. There's panels in it.
Like, panels in the chapter, you like him, but it's like, fuck, you use a jutsu on the world for the nigga, and he barely, like, notices your existence.
Yeah, but that's what I'm gonna say. Like, there's now panels showing, like, that's soon gonna stop. You understand? Or hopefully soon stop, because she meekly tried to tell my guy, like, yo, my life's in danger, and bro didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. You understand? I'm like, yo, cuz. You understand? You want to like, all right, cool. Even if there's not a relationship level going on, like, yo, this is somebody that you know at least has your back. She could have told them exactly what I go on to show up herself and Damon, regardless.
I'm like, bro, if it was a situation of him, like, not understanding what she did for him, I keep having to say this. Like, cuzzy, my dog, my boy, young Edge, she gaslit the world for you, dog. If that don't really put her up a couple rankings on your important list, I don't know what the fuck this nigga considers to be important, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But if
only
that
Lord 7,
like beyond Naruto, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
there's nothing beyond Naruto.
But that's like to this nigga, innit? Like that.
This is the problem with this, bro. What's wrong with what is your personality? I care for Naruto. That's it. That's your whole thing.
That's his whole shtick.
Giving Hinata a fucking run for her money and
like,
shit.
Damn,
come
nigga,
on, bro.
You are not married to him. You get me? Like,
well, yeah. We wrap it up with Naruto, with Boruto.
Yeah, man, because obviously I can't lie to you. Like, the entire podcast would have been about Boruto this week. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? But cool. We're gonna leave Boruto there and move on to JJK. You feel me? And we're back and we're active. You get me? We're back and we're active. You feel me? JJK. JJK, we talking.
JJK.
You know what I'm saying? JJK, we talking about this.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna jump in straight away, boy. I've had my questions for JJK for this week, armed and ready since like the chapter for JJK either came out this week or last week. I can't remember. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I've had my questions armed, boy. From the minute I saw what this chapter, I was like, so hold on now. Cool. So I feel like I've asked this question before off mic. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And nowadays I'm gonna start reserving them for the mic. You feel me?
Right.
But it's like, is it legitimately up for my boy Megumin? And I don't even mean like, listen, nigga.
Potential,
listen,
man.
nigga.
Potential, man.
I'm like, listen, nigga. I'm talking about before we even get to like before we even get to fraud watch. You know what I'm saying? Before we even put my boy on fraud watching, because there
Right.
is a discussion there, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah. Everything that has happened with Sukuna, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a cool second now, has been happening within your body. His body.
And the last thing you see, man, he's in fetal position.
He's
bro.
in the fetal position. We haven't heard from blood in a minute. Right? And now I am led to believe that if Sukuna dies, if Sukuna is to be killed,
Mhm.
yeah, that is gonna come at like you're gonna have to kill the body that he's in, no?
Yeah.
So that will come at the cost of like who? Megumin. So I'm like, if that is how,
Unless.
I mean, I don't feel like that's how my boy is gonna go out. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You feel me?
No.
But I'm just like, it's odd to have one of the main cast, like one of the main cast, out the game for so long. When
wasn't Gojo out for longer?
when you say longer,
I thought your thing was out for like what?
are we talking
2
IRL
years?
or inverse?
Huh?
We're talking IRL or inverse, because inverse Gojo was sealed up for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
Okay.
Or so, like thereabouts. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, but I'm talking IRL when I say it's been a cool second since we've seen Megumin have any type of agency.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like even Kenjaku at one point when Kenjaku was in the body, when Kenjaku was in Geto's body, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there was a point where like Geto's hand restrained Kenjaku's neck. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro featured it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
okay.
bro
Liquid
featured
Snake
it,
type shit.
and he's been dead for a cool ass minute. You feel me? So I'm like, it's been a cool second IRL since we've seen like Megumin have any type of agency. Like, are you fighting from within? Like, are you completely lost? Like, what are we doing? Because from the outside, from the exterior, shit is getting progressively worse.
I don't think he's lost.
Like,
I don't think he's lost.
Nigga,
That's not the way.
You are gonna get stabbed with the sword of like with the executioner sword. I don't understand how you would have stabbed Sukuna with that in Megumin's body and somehow have Megumin survive. Which is why, of course, even when that happened, I knew for a fact anybody that thought that the executioner sword was gonna stab Sukuna, on top of it being Sukuna to begin with. Yeah.
All right. So to really hone in on that one there, kind of need to revisit Higoruma a sec. Right? So when him and Yuji were fighting,
what?
Right? Yuji was put on trial for the crimes of Sukuna.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And Yuji was gonna own up to it, so because he still feels some kind of guilt for it. His body.
Yeah, it was his body. Yeah.
So he still feels some guilt for it. All right. But in the case of Megumin, I shouldn't even say in the case of Megumin. What I was really wondering is like, is it the body that would have got killed or like the guilty party?
But this is what I'm saying. I have no reason to believe, but it's said that the sword like instantly kills anything it pierces or touches.
Right.
You get me? Which is why even Sukuna in defense took the hand like seconds before it was pierced.
Well, yeah.
You get me? So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I have no reason to believe that if it had successfully pierced Sukuna at that point, that the body that Sukuna's in, along with Sukuna, would have perished. You get me?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, it's been a cool second now since you've seen Megumin have any type of agency to kind of indicate that he's still in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That he's still in there, that we still...
You're resisting, show some sign of
that we still plan to use him as a character. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, your body in possession of Sukuna is doing crazy shit, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. Crazy shit. You feel me? But if you're in there, if you're fighting back or some shit, it'll be great to see you soon, my boy. Because I ain't gonna hold you. Shit's getting fucked.
MIA, fam.
And that's what I'm saying.
MIA,
and it's mad because it's like, bro, you haven't had any agency in the thing for a second. You get me? For a second. You feel me? So that's one of the things that I was curious about. I was like, damn, So are we really playing with the idea that Sukuna might get clapped in Megumin's body? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just really been like on my mind ever since I saw the chapter. I can't lie to you, because I'm like, what's going on? But we won't stay on that point for like forever. You feel me? We won't stay on that point forever, because it is just something that I've been kind of like mulling over. I'm curious to see how they use Megumin going forward. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm very curious to see how they use Megumin going forward. My next thing was cool. In your opinion, because you've seen the chapter as well, yeah?
Right.
Who's the inheritor of Kenjaku's will? Do you think it's more Yuji, or do you think it's actually Sukuna?
At this stage, I'm rolling with Sukuna.
Yeah?
I'm rolling with Sukuna, yeah. Because again, going back to that to Yuji, unless there's like some delayed effect supposed to kick in with Yuji, like Kenjaku has some kind of brainwashing.
But even then, you can't put it past him, because his he was very purposeful in Yuji's creation. That's the only thing that makes me even still use Yuji in the discussion. I can't lie to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because
but what would his will in terms of Yuji be?
That's hard to say. You know I have no idea. Like, it could be a situation of cool, because I am literally in a sense your father. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, I am your father.
Mother.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, both your parents. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, both your parents. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like he wouldn't have done what he did with the cursed wound paintings. Like, because that was a trial and error process. Do you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like successful the first time. So he does look at Yuji as like the most successful attempt at doing that. You get me?
Right.
So that's why I'm like, okay, cool. Through that lens, is that what you mean by he's the inheritor of your will? Like, is there like some type of switch inside Yuji that's gonna go like?
But again, you kind of
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
What is it? Because Yuji, so far as I've seen him, is just acting for Yuji. I haven't seen anything like
that would indicate
nothing that would indicate that Kenjaku still has some control over him.
I wouldn't even say control necessarily,
because he hasn't demonstrated it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no.
I wouldn't even say control.
Think of a good example.
I wouldn't even say control necessarily. Yeah, I mean, okay, cool. By inheriting your will, like, maybe. Yeah, as a process, like as a byproduct of how you were created, there is something that's gonna happen that will hard lock Yuji into working for Kenjaku's ideals for a period or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see that happening, because IRL, real life, right now, what sense does that make storyline wise this late into the game?
Well, we have no idea how long is left. So late in the game, though we may be, we don't know.
So, but okay, cool. When I say late in the game, I don't know when Jump Fest is this year. Yeah. Okay. But JJK's author has said that by Jump Fest next year, JJK will be finished. You feel me? I think
Jump Fest is usually in December.
You feel me? Right. So that's why I'm like, this late into the game, both IRL and inverse. Because inverse, whereas before early days in JJK, yeah, who Sukuna was, what his motives were, all of that shit, seeing his hands, seeing his true hair on form, all of those things were still mystifying, mystique. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We've hit the point where all of those things have now been revealed. You feel me? Like, we've got a more backstory and like ideology, and by ideology I mean his ideology about Sukuna in the more recent chapters than we have in like anything before. Yeah. You get me? Yeah. And I feel like that's for a purpose, because Sukuna is seen as one of your main villains, if not the main villain, especially with like the ending of the most recent chapter.
At the moment,
you get me?
Like the main villain, yeah.
The main villain. You feel me? So I'm like, this late into the game, you feel me? Like, this late into the game, if it is Yuji, kind of indicate that it is, because as of right now, it does kind of seem like it is going to be Sukuna. Yeah. You feel me? And if it is Sukuna, I'm okay with that. I have no beef with that, yeah? But then what was the significance of Kenjaku's creation of Yuji? Why did you do that? Because if Kenjaku's a fucking head now, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? And the inheritor of his will, ostensibly, is fucking Sukuna, yeah? What was the significance of getting your back blown out for Yuji? Yeah, bro, I'm sat here looking for it like, what did he do? What did the nigga set up? What did he do? What did the nigga set up? Because as of right now, I'm like, you are a fucking decapitated head. My dog Yuta done sorted that. Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry for the spoilers, my niggas. You know what I'm saying? And
if you haven't seen that, I don't know what I'm going for you.
Like, hey, if you're about this fucking like manga shit and you don't know what I'm going for, hey man, I don't know what to tell you. You get me? If you're an anime only person, I can appreciate it. But like I said, hey, my bad for the spoilers. You feel me? But my dog Yuta done turned into a decapitated head. You feel me? If the inheritor of your will is Yuji, I would like to see some indication of it, because this late into the game, it's not seeming like it. You feel me? And if it's Sukuna, what is the significance of your creation, like with Yuji? Because when that shape, like when it came up initially, it was to make you think, okay, cool. Why would he do that? Something's gonna happen with Yuji later on that will confirm and explain why the significance of Yuji's birth is what it is. You
What
get
if we're
me?
looking into this too deeply? What if Yuji's entire purpose was just to be the host for Sukuna for a period?
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
But
you know what I'm saying? It was just meant to be a vessel.
Okay.
Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? His grand design for Yuji ended there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody durable enough to hold to hold the power and Sukuna for him to revive Inni, but Sukuna had like other ideas and revived inside Megumin himself. You know what I'm saying? The hand that was cut off, that got left, didn't it? Did they take that as well?
Damn, I can't remember.
I can't
remember. So it's either there was a discussion about potentially taking it, or it's still there.
No, it's still there.
You know what I'm saying? I do remember bro pulling up with the chick with the piercing in her mouth, like her lower lip, underneath her lower lip.
Right.
Kirara is her name, yeah?
Yeah. Right.
So I remember bro and Kirara pulling up, grabbing Higuruma's body and then porting out. You get me? So, and obviously it was also disclosed that they did the same for Gojo's body. So Gojo's body isn't just stood there monolithic no more. You feel me?
Monolithic.
Bro, what I'm saying?
Man said monolithic, like a ruin, bro. Like, half standing, half falling.
Half on the floor, like, damn, that's tough, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe there was anything that was said about like Sukuna's arm or the hand being taken. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, as of now, those were the burning questions I had about JJK. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, it's a shorter segment than Two Blue Vortex segment because that's really the bulk of the headcanons right now. I can't lie to you. Yeah, but I will say this: JJK has consistently been interesting to me for like the last maybe 3 months. Like, they ain't really missed chapter wise. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Some chapters are more boring than others. I won't lie to you. Like, it's more
everything has that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more talk heavy than others, and the gay-isms will happen where it's like a scrap is about to start and then we jump straight into a flashback. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm cool with that, but I'm okay with it this time around because for the last chapter and this one, we've been getting a bit of that for Sukuna. You get me? Like, we've been getting a little piece of backstory. You know what I'm saying? Like, his ideology, which, by the way, is effectively, man just wants to die. When you've been alive for 1,000 years and you split yourself into 20 fingers, yeah, man's like, cool. I've been alive for so long that I just want to die, which is why I always seek out the strongest opponent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always like, bring your strongest fighter, because if it's not your strongest fighter, I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing because it's how I've lived. I'm gonna keep slumping niggas.
Didn't figure Sukuna for our emo, but
you know what I'm saying? Nigga, look at him.
Can we like get man like the suicide hotline's number? Like, let him talk to somebody.
I understand it though. Like, me personally, I do understand it. I'm like, cool. You've been the strongest organism for the last 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Niggas constantly fight over your fingers and fucking pseudo resurrect you. You know what I'm saying? You then possess them niggas in all likelihood because Yuji has been one of the most notable individuals to be like as resistant to having as many fingers in him, pause.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As he has, you know what I'm saying? Pause. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, you've been the strongest organism for 1,000 years. You were so strong that upon death, you couldn't be exercised. So they had to like break your body up into the 20 fingers or whatnot. Yeah? Niggas squabble up over those fingers. Then they get possessed by it because they're not that strong. Then you go and seek out stronger niggas to fight. Nobody's been that for the longest while. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nigga, I've been at the food chain I've been at the top of the food chain forever. To me, I'd like to that type of nigga, yeah. Interesting to me is giving me a fight interesting enough that I can fucking die. You get me? Do I understand it? Yeah, cool. I do. You feel me?
All right, cool. So, strongest. 1v1 versus Gojo. Sukuna won.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Even that engagement there, I firmly believe, yeah, that Gojo probably would have beaten Sukuna if Gojo wasn't, if Sukuna wasn't in Megumin's body, because that would like even mid scrap, Gojo was giving consideration to the fact that the body he's fighting is Megumin's.
Okay.
You get me? So that's why I'm like,
fair enough.
I feel like it's a point that some people kind of gloss over.
You have to kind of also acknowledge the fact that we're in, the little chill out purgatory place. Yeah. Gojo's conscious of the fact that, he still wasn't going all out.
Yeah, no, 100.
Yeah,
so don't get me wrong.
So you're saying for that scrap, in that engagement, Gojo could have won.
In that engagement there,
but 1v1
I do
versus
feel like
Sukuna any other time.
Yeah, 1v1 versus Sukuna any other time.
I mean, I can't even say that.
I can't even lie to you.
He needs to be Megumin to have ManHwa, which he needed to beat Gojo. So
that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna be like. Don't forget, yeah, the way that he beat Gojo was via ManHwa, by using ManHwa. You get me? If you didn't have that, I genuinely believe that Gojo would have beaten you. And that wouldn't have been crazy because of the character that Gojo is and like the way that he's been prepped up within the story. It wouldn't have been the craziest thing. You get me? But at the same time, I feel like one of the things that people gloss over in that scrap is the fact that Gojo was making considerations about the fact that the body I'm fighting is megumins.
Right.
You get me? So
I already killed your pops. I don't want to kill you too.
facts. You get me? Especially when your pops literally asked me to look after you. You get me? So that's why I'm like, it's a part that people gloss over, but that's not me taking anything away from the result.
Right.
You get me? Because I still wholeheartedly believed any nigga could have won that scrap and you would have had to respect it.
All right, cool. So the question is, all right, cool. Sukuna's that powerful, yeah? 1v3. Gojo, Higoruma, and
Sukuna's lost.
Sorry, that's it, Sukuna.
Yeah. You said Sukuna versus Gojo.
Higoruma, and the next one. What's his name?
Which one?
The one he fought directly after Gojo.
I know Kashimo.
Yeah.
Kashimo.
So 1v3.
1v3. So Sukuna versus Gojo, Kashimo, and Higoruma. Sukuna's lost.
He's lost.
He's lost. Because in my opinion, don't forget, Gojo by himself, even if Sukuna didn't have Megumin's body, I still believe that Gojo had the potential to beat. You know what I'm saying? I do not doubt that. If you didn't have Megumin's body,
right,
like Gojo, it would have been a clean 50-50 scrap. You know what I'm saying? Where Gojo lost out is the fact that you're fighting a nigga that has 1,000 years worth of battle acumen. So my ability to fight with you on the fly is different. I'm gonna make use of Maharaj. I'm gonna make use of his how long it takes for him to learn shit. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I am gonna take steps that you've never seen before because I have 1,000 years of battle acumen on you. You feel me? On top of your irrespective of your limitless, the 6 size, you are still a 20-something-year-old. You get me? Nice with the hands, nice jujitsu cool sorcerer. But as far as this jujitsu shit goes, nigga, I have 1,000 years in the paint. You feel me? But within that, I'm not sleeping on Gojo. Even if Gojo didn't have Megumin's body, I feel like it would have been a 50-50 fucking scrap. Because Gojo wouldn't have fucking... Thank you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, dog. Because if Sukuna wasn't in Megumin's body, then Gojo would have gone truly 100%. There would be no unnecessary consideration to be given. If that happened and you still lost, I wouldn't be surprised because you're up against Sukuna. You feel me? Sukuna versus the other two 1v1, I'm clapping you. You feel me? But the inclusion of Gojo, who is Gojo, alongside, say, Kashimo, who is the strongest nigga from his era, you kind of start to understand what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong, Sukuna's strong, but based off what I've seen from Gojo, Gojo and anybody that's similarly yoked, similarly nice with it, say a Kashimo or a Higoruma, more so Kashimo than Higoruma because he still has a couple years. I'd say you need to give Higoruma maybe 3 years before he's nice with curse sorcery. You know what I'm saying? What we're seeing right now is him coming into his own. You feel me? Scaled maybe 3 years, that nigga could be a demon. You feel me?
All right.
Demon. But I'm like, cool, as it is right now, if you take Gojo, who is a fucking, like that, it's Gojo, yeah? And you put him next to a nigga that was the strongest in his era versus Sukuna, when I've seen what Gojo alone versus Sukuna could be, I'm going to give it to the other three. So Sukuna versus the other three, I'm giving it to the other three. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Gojo with help. And it's not kind of help, it's hands. You feel me? And again, I'm going to say more so Kashimo than Higoruma. You get me? So I would probably give that to the three.
All right.
You feel me?
What's your thoughts then on overpowered characters like that in general?
In what?
Overpowered characters.
Depends on the anime.
Depends on the anime?
Depends on the anime. For example, if you give me something like a shonen, an overpowered character to a degree is needed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just how shonens go. You get me? If I'm watching, say, an isekai, yeah, I don't necessarily need my MC to be super strong and overpowered. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily need that. Get me?
Okay.
If it's a couple isekais where that's dotted in there, fine. But yeah, for me, it depends on the anime.
Depends on the anime.
It depends on the anime.
Okay.
Get me?
I mean, so reason why I brought that up is I just kind of want to get your thoughts. Why exactly do you not fuck with solo leveling?
Because to me, it gives me isekai vibes. The reason I wouldn't even say I don't fuck with solo leveling. I'm just saying, as is right now, it doesn't interest me. You get me? Because it gives me super strong isekai vibes. And this nigga talking in this microphone is isekai the fuck out, my nigga.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I am isekai the fuck
I hear
out.
you.
That's
I hear
why
you.
Solo Leveling doesn't really like
I
have
hear
my
you.
attention right now. You feel me? That's why.
Fair enough.
You get me?
Fair enough. Somebody who's also got isekai fatigue. Yeah, no. I think I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna stick with this one. I'm gonna stick with this one because I
Yeah,
do.
no, tell the people.
Go
Tell
on.
the people why.
Yeah, no, because I do kind of like I like my isekai anime. You know what I'm saying? My favorite so far has got to be Konosuba.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's isekai, but it's more comedic and so on and so forth. Doesn't have to be the standard, but you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of to show that you know what I'm saying. Like there's isekai out there that's well done, well written. And then there's just the general trash that comes out. Like this guy's overpowered since the day he's like sucked on his mom's tit or some shit. You understand? And then there's the nonsensical ones like being reborn as a refrigerator or some girl's dog or
And
whatever.
the thing is this though, yeah, like whereas you would say being reborn as a refrigerator is nonsensical, there are people out there that would genuinely try to sit you down and tell you that, yo, that's actually a valid anime to watch. And hey man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. But it's just that's an example of what I mean when I say I'm isekai out. I don't want to watch an anime where the main character is a fridge. My nigga, I'm sorry.
Keeping it under, yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
that's why.
I'm sorry.
Solo Leveling so far, because I watched the first 2 episodes to kind of see what I'm going for it, because everybody's been talking about it forever. I decided when it comes in, I'm gonna jump in blind and see what I'm going. All right, and my immediate impression was, yeah, this is just standard isekai stuff. You understand? But then I was like, all right, cool. Let me check out a couple chapters and also see like how the story develops from there.
Okay.
And I have to say, like, yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
You
Why?
understand? I think it's the thing in the series called system.
And it's a manhwa.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, here's the thing about ManHwa, yeah. There's 3 of them for me, there's 3 of them. Manga from Japan,
We like that.
ManHwa, and manhwa.
I'm aware of those two. I can't
You
really vouch
understand?
for them.
I cannot tell you which one's from Korea and which one's from China, but one ManHwa and manhwa.
I think Solo Leveling's Korean.
Solo Leveling is from Korea, so I know that
Okay,
one's from Korea.
cool.
But what that one's called, I think it's the one, and it's that last pronunciation as well. Like I don't want to butcher it too much. Like it's the Hua.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I
appreciate
cannot
that.
tell.
I mean,
which one.
I mean, you can all you can do is make an attempt. You feel me? Like,
Right, yeah. But I think it's the
like
system.
the niggas feel away. Go on.
I think it's the system in Solo Leveling, right? So on the one side of it, like I don't really like that he has everything basically given to him. But on the other hand, I like that he has to really work for what he has. You understand? And that sounds like an oxymoron. So on the one hand,
I was gonna, yeah.
on one hand, he gets everything given to him. You understand? So like from the off, he starts off with just like their best ability, just like given, following, following the dungeon that they started out in. And he legitimately has to, power level and grind through all of that. You understand? So there's the solo leveling aspect, probably where the title gets its name from.
Yeah.
And then there's the actual group raids. You understand? And anything to do with like raids and stuff like that always, you understand? You know exactly why. It always sticks with me, yeah? Like I can't get over FF like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
So Final Fantasy 14 left a huge
Fire.
impact. So
Fire.
you understand? So anytime I see stuff like that, it always just brings me back to that moment. So I'm always like more receptive to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it has it. You understand? So it has all those like your roles, your tanks, your damage dealers, your healers. They all have it, but they're like, it's not ridiculous.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And I like the way that, like I said, even though he's kind of giving everything, I do like the fact that so all the weapons he has, some of them he takes from, he gets them from like killing all the powerful enemies. So it's not just like kill enemy, get item, like material.
Yeah.
And then you know something like you get an item from killing them, and like they all like sync up together to make him absolutely fucking busted. It's not even funny how busted this guy gets.
Mm.
You understand? But it's done well. And I think that's the point I really want to drive home. It's done well. You have all these isekai coming out with the guy just overpowered from the fucking jump. You understand? He got truckund or whatever, and God just like, let me bless you, whatever. Nah, bro, it's like, listen.
I mean, for some people, I feel like what turns them off about Solo Leveling as well is the fact that the super strong character is just a power fantasy.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And
I like the fact I use that term.
Like the negative aspect.
It just doesn't feel like your standard power fantasy. Is what I'm trying to say. I think that's what I'm trying to get.
It might not feel like it, but ultimately that is what you're driving at.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like ultimately that is what you're going to get. You feel me? Like a nigga like in your own words, supremely nice with it. You feel me? And that's like there's no problem with that. Solo leveling isn't bad. It's just I understand why certain like groups of people would be turned off by it. You get me? Because it does combine two aspects that we've had a lot of burnout for a while now in certain like animes. The power fantasy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't remember its name right now. Cannot remember its name right now. You know what I'm saying? The power fantasy and then the isekai. You get me? And it combines both. I can't speak for whether or not it does it well or not. You get me? Like I don't think it does it bad. You get me? It's just I do understand the groups of people that would be like, okay, cool. I don't know if this is what I'm looking for right now. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was in like a more isekai mood, or I'm looking for like a power fantasy type thing, sure, why not? You get me? Especially when like I hear you talk about it this way. You get me? But it's just I do understand the groups of people that are like, I don't know if those are the two biggest traits. I'm not the only traits, you know what I'm saying? But if those are like the two biggest traits of like anime genres that we know of that can be found in it, I can understand somebody that's like, okay, cool, I'm a chill for now. You get me? I can understand the nigga that's like, I'm a chill for now.
Yeah.
You get me? I do. But
yeah, kind of round off, I'd say it's like, it's definitely worth a watch. You know?
No, bro, like
in time to come, or if you like want to just pick it up now, like as a recommendation, I'd recommend watching it.
No, we stamped that, We stamped that,
Yeah.
Say no.
Yeah, I give that one a seal of approval.
Say no more. Can't lie, this one was longer than most. You get me? It was slightly longer than most. You feel me? But anything to say in like the last parts of the episode, my dog? If not, I'm gonna close out.
No, I'm good. I think we covered everything I want to talk about today. We touched on solo leveling. We touched on JJK. You even actually raised a similar question to what I had in relation to Megumin, so I thought that was kind of funny. And obviously we covered Boruto as well. One last thing is like, all right, cool. So just Dragon Ball Super, new chapter. That's given us fresh content. So we're finally out of superhero jail. And everybody, from what I've seen, it's been well received for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you throw a Beast Gohan in there, everybody's gonna lose their shit anyways. So that's that. But for this chapter, you had pardon me. For this chapter, you had Broly and Vegeta sparring, and then you had Goku returning back home because Gohan powered up. So when the whole thing with Cell Max was happening, because he was busy fighting with Vegeta, he didn't sense it.
Okay.
But when Gohan powered up the second time, when they weren't fighting, he sensed it and went straight back home. Now everybody's looking like Goku like a fight whore and saying that he's gonna spar with Gohan. No. I just don't know.
I'm like, nigga, I have no idea where to find these opinions, bro. Man said a fight whore. I'm like, the nigga is Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball Z.
But Goku is a fight slut. You can't like,
nigga, it's Dragon Ball Z. Like, I feel like it's
Super's really turned up to like 100, but it's like his character now. He's like a complete fight slut.
Like, he's always been one though. Like, what's the biggest trait about Goku from Goku's inception?
Yeah, wanting to fight the strongest.
Nigga, I love to fight. I love to box.
Yeah.
I love to box. Nigga, I put my whole universe in danger because of it. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, I don't understand what do niggas who have those opinions come to Dragon Ball Z for, is my question. You know what I'm saying? Because Dragon Ball Z is a anime, it's a shonen that is not shy about openly showing you and letting you know that about 90% of this whole is about boxing. If there's no boxing now, we're going to figure out a way to give you some boxing. You may not like the characters that are like being displayed right now, boxing. But let me tell you, there's going to be boxing because it's Dragon Ball Z. You feel me? And the main character is Goku. You feel me? So when you combine the fact that the anime is about fighting and the anime's main character is Goku, yeah, you're gonna have to combine those two concepts very regularly and frequently. You feel me? My issue is, hey man, make the fights more interesting.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Can
saying?
definitely agree there.
So that's why I'm like, I don't understand. When a nigga says Goku's a fight whore, I'm like, what Dragon Ball Z were you watching when he's never been one?
Or Dragon Ball, should you say?
Dragon Ball Z, spin-off GT, Super, nigga, and every single one of them, that nigga loves to fight. It's a defining character trait. So when people say shit like, oh, he's a fighter.
So you don't feel like Super's turned it up a notch? You feel like it's just been the same?
When you say turn it up a notch, give me your barometer. Like what?
Literally what you said there, putting the universe in danger for a fight.
Would that be Super turning up the fact that Goku likes to fight a lot, or would that be Super making Goku come across like he's stupid?
Well, that's kind of what I'm asking. Like, do you not see?
I more feel like it's Super making Goku come across like he's stupid.
You think it's more?
I feel like it's more Super making Goku come across like he's stupid, because don't get me wrong, the only time that Goku has knowingly put the world in danger in a similar aspect was the Cell games, and even towards the end of that, after Piccolo got onto him like, nigga, you got your son out there, your pacifist son out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't like fighting type shit. That even at that point there, Goku was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew why I did this, because I wholeheartedly believe that my son can drop this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But above and beyond that, damn, I put my son, who doesn't like fighting, in that situation. That had to be explained to the nigga. And that was
loads
the Cell
of things
games.
have to be explained to this nigga.
I'm
not trying to get into that aspect.
You feel me? So that's why I'm like, for me, that was the Cell games, but that's still the only time where you've seen Goku knowingly put lives in danger to that effect. You feel me? Usually usually Goku goes out of his way to preserve life. 1 ton loss of life will usually anger Goku. Just look at the Margin Saga. Right. One of the best fights. You feel me? Cool. So that's why I'm like, whenever I've looked at Super, whenever I think about the Tournament of Power in Super, yeah, negatively at least, I'm like, why the fuck would you make the nigga come across like somebody who wouldn't care about his entire universe being in danger? So for me, it's less so, I feel like they've turned up the fact that Goku likes to fight to 11, and more so you just kind of given this impression that he's like otherworldly stupid. Like, yes, the nigga's a country bumpkin. You know what I'm saying? Raised in the country. You feel me? Farmer when not fighting. But he was not. That wasn't something that Goku would do. I will hold my hands up and say that. You know what I'm saying? Would Goku knowingly put his entire universe in danger just to fight? I don't think so. It happened, but I don't think so. That's what I think about the Tournament of Power, for example. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there are aspects of Super that would make a viewer think that Goku's intelligence is perhaps lower than what it actually is. Do you know what I'm saying? So those are the arguments that I look at when I'm addressing like Dragon Ball Z. You feel me? A nigga saying something about Goku being a fight whore, I'm like, nigga, I'm a pure-blooded Saiyan.
True.
On planet Earth.
True.
Fighting is what I do. Like, it's in my blood, and I'm on a peaceful ass planet. I'm gonna fight wherever I can.
All right. So do you think he's gonna fight Gohan next chapter then?
Maybe. Because to me, I'm like, if he does, what's the drawback? Like where's the negative aspect to him like sparring with his son?
None, I suppose. Kind of gauging and see where he stacks up to like.
I'm not even asking you. I'm asking the niggas whose opinions that like you've come across. You know what I'm saying? What's the issue of the nigga boxing? Like, what's the issue of him sparring with his son?
I'm not even saying it's like overwhelmingly negative. Like, in some cases, it's quite positive. It's quite a few man hyping up.
It's only the part where it's like, niggas are calling him a fight whore because next chapter he might go back and spar with Gohan. I'm like, what the nigga?
He's already back in the chapter, but yeah.
I'm like, bro. sorry. I was like, damn, bro, that is one arse opinion, bro. I'm gonna come out and say, like, that is one arse opinion. Like, one arse opinion.
All right, cool. Goku's not a fight slot. Got it. All right, no worries. But yeah, this one run quite long. Quite a few bits to dig in there, so I think
niggas got me tired, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think we should.
Niggas got me fucking tired, bro.
Before we start cussing,
niggas got me mad as fuck, bro. You know, I was like, fight whore, nigga, shut. You know what I'm saying? Damn. But yeah, cool. It's been KTT episode 2. You know what I'm saying? Drift, my dog Xero. You feel me? And as usual, there'll be timestamps in the description and our socials in the description. You know what I'm saying? Say bye to the people, then, my dog.
Peace out.
Peace and love. You get me? Peace and love.